fire of a historic rivalry burns through the rain tonight in Kentucky. Louisville City stands alone as the last undefeated team in the USL Championship, hosting a Tampa Bay Rowdies side that has been building momentum in recent weeks. Alongside Ryan Davis, I'm Philip Galati. Tonight's match is brought to you by US Bank. Before we get rolling, let's take a look at the standings coming into tonight. And Ryan, it is a heck of a race early in 2025.
Charleston Battery are the toast of the town, just like they were last season. Louisville City, the only undefeated team so far in the East. Loud United, a big story coming out of the gates fast. Tampa Bay Rowdies, a story for a different discussion at another time, but a story nonetheless in the early part of the season. Can they turn things around?
6 wins, 4 draws, no losses for Lou City. What's the key to that unbeaten run? It's
commitment without the ball. When you have players like Adams, Ordonez, and Tosh at the back, they bring that demeanor, they bring that sort of desperation without the ball, and it bleeds into the rest of the team. Players like Serrano, Goodrum, and McFadden, they all follow their lead, and that's why they play as a unit defensively.
Ray Serrano in particular leads the scoring with 3 in 10 appearances, and he is tonight's player to watch, presented by Commonwealth Credit Union.
A tireless runner off the ball. He's always giving his midfielders a target to play off of. Doesn't get enough sort of comments and commitment as he does off the ball as well. He's always pressing, tries to get behind the ball. Defensively, he has turned things around, and of course, he can put the ball in the back of the net.
Meanwhile, as mentioned earlier, Tampa Bay really putting the pieces together, and it paid off in the Jägermeister Cup.
Well, Nick Moon didn't press here, and it seems to be a virus going around the Rowdies team. They concede early, but they come back. Pasias off of the bench, absolute quality goal to get them back in the game. And then Ollie Bassett just sort of signifying the Rowdies' desperation. Gets a lucky bounce and gets all 3 points at the end.
Louis Pasillas started the scoring in that match. He's got 4 in the regular season. What makes him stand out?
Philip, he has this athletic frame, he's big, he has an excellent finishing touch, and he hasn't seemed to put the whole package together. He has speed, he can finish like I just said, but his demeanor and his attitude just doesn't seem to resemble the qualities he has on the ball.
These two clubs have met in the playoffs in 4 consecutive seasons, including 3 Eastern Conference Finals in a row. Louisville City trying to make history tonight with a win as Tampa Bay tries to spoil the party on the road. Stepping aside for one short break, when we come back, the starting 11s and the first half kick from Lynn Family Stadium on ESPN+.
There's a reason why Toyota is America's best-selling retail brand. It's the quality, dependability, and reliability that you expect from Toyota. And that starts right here in the USA, where Toyota has invested over $49 billion into 11 different manufacturing plants, including the newest one, a battery plant for its electrified vehicles. There are now 13 different Toyotas built in the USA, with more on the way. America drives Toyota. Let's go places.
Summer is heating up with beach vacations, road trips, backyard barbecues, and fireworks. So fuel your summer with MyCard, only from Commonwealth Credit Union. MyCard gives you 3 points for every dollar you spend on transportation and travel, and 1.5 points for everything else, all with no annual fee, no foreign transaction fees. Don't have MyCard? Don't flip out. Flip the balance with a balance transfer and fuel your summer with MyCard, only from Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently.
I'm not going to tell you it's going to generate any severe at all. What I'm going to tell you is it has the ability to generate a rogue tornado.
After a tornado tore through Washington County, Kentucky this morning. The National Weather Service says that tornado was at least an EF2.
We found one 2-story home that was leveled after that tornado ripped through the area.
Slim chance of a tornado means there's still a chance, right? Somebody's going to get hit.
We were very clear on this potential because...
See the WDRB Weather Advantage, working with you, for you.
I have always been a big news junkie, always looking for news instead of finding it on social media. That is why I use the WDRB News app. It's all the information right from your backyard. It's Louisville, it's Southern Indiana. It's also a lot of national news. So no more sifting, no more searching. It's all right here on the app.
Hello, I'm here to remind you to tune into WDRB Mornings, Monday till 10, for your out-the-door local news, weather, and traffic.
Nearly go time from Pride Night at Lynn Family Stadium. Louisville City trying to make history against a historic rival in Tampa Bay. As we take a look at the starting lineups for the match, brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. A pair of brothers in midfield highlighting the hosts.
Yeah, and they actually treat each other like teammates off the field, so they're very cohesive on and off. But this is going to turn into a 3-4-2-1 as both teams will try to press, and definitely Louisville are going to use Serrano to make a difference on the left.
Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, Forrest Lasso available off the bench. So too is Manuel Arteaga.
Again, Guillen Castellanos and White are going to be the three at the back line. Bodley and Moon on the sides. Venka Ezil and Cristostomo. Leo Fernandez and Bassett, two number 10s, playing behind the speedy Passias. You're going to use him to beat the press.
Trevor Wiseman is the man in red with the whistle tonight. It's a boisterous atmosphere as Louisville City return for a long stretch on home soil. Trying to effort in the iconic green and yellow, attacking to the left. Louisville in the purple, headed to the right. One of the defining rivalries, not only of the USL Championship, but even of American soccer. Two sides met in the playoffs for 4 consecutive seasons, including 3 straight meetings in the Eastern Conference Final from 2020 to 2022. Lou City has the slight margin of 8 victories to Tampa Bay's 7. Both sides, funnily enough, knotted at 24 goals apiece, coming into their 18th all-time meeting tonight.
Such famous matches in the last 5 years between these two teams. Of course, the Lucky Amkusano goal, lucky on the spot in that USL final, in which the Rowdies won. Of course, Louisville has had their own success in USL finals in the past. They've been in the USL final for the last 8 seasons. Just absolutely incredible record from this team. They are the measuring stick in the USL.
They have never won 3 straight against Tampa Bay. A chance to do that with 3 points tonight. So that one will trickle over the touchline. Philip Goodrum with the thumbs up. A big name addition to the starting 11 tonight.
He leads this team with shots, 16 shots. He's head and shoulders above everyone else in having attempts. So he has that mindset of wanting to score, and every midfielder loves that, so they're going to try to look for him. And of course, he's going to try to make a difference.
Aaron Guillen sporting the captain's armband on his left bicep. A man who has been with the club since 2020, a mainstay of this league. Fernandez fighting for it, able to win the throw.
Great look at Adams there. He's so feisty, the Kiwi. He does not give you an inch. Fernandez can't turn. Adams right in his hip pocket.
Poor touch off the foot of Danny Crisostomo. Referee going to make sure the throw is restarted correctly.
Now, Philip, you and I are nice and dry in the booth, but these guys are out in the wet, and they are like pigs in mud out there. They love these conditions. Every soccer player dreams of this. No lightning, of course, and they get to play in wet, slick conditions at home, Louisville.
Does it change the way you approach the match in terms of the game plan for either side?
Yeah, you play looser. You want to just kind of dig in and tackle a little bit harder. But when you have the ball, because it's kind of slippery, defenders can't keep their feet easier for the
Commonwealth Credit Union. To learn more about how we can help you meet your financial goals, visit WeCUDDifferently.com. McFadden to the byline, heavy touch if he can get back onto it. Was it kept in play? It was, but only for a corner kick. Set piece is a big talking point in this one for Denny Cruz and company.
That is a matchup I want to see all night. McFadden against Bodley, two very fast, feisty, industrious players. That's going to be a great matchup on this near side.
First set piece of the night to come off the foot of Taylor Davila. Right into the danger zone, strong header at the front post. The second ball cleared away convincingly. Look at the pace from Ollie Bassett, trying to lead the charge the other way.
But so far, Steve Coleman has had a hard task of turning things around with this Rowdies organization. But so far, he's slowly starting to turn the knob, and the team is starting to look just a little bit more comfortable defensively. Remember, this team has not had a clean sheet in 16 games. So they're starting to get a little better without the ball, starting to look more cohesive. And if that can all come together, it's going to make the Rowdies team just that much harder to beat as it was in the opening 10 games.
That was a big talking point with head coach Steve Coleman when we had a chance to catch up with him earlier this week, that you're not playing your best soccer in June. You want to be playing it in October, November, and that this team has been taking steps in the right direction. Got to track back now. Cross staying in bounds under the foot of Ray Serrano, who wins the throw by the corner flag.
Just a quick glimpse of Ray Serrano. We talk about how tireless he is. Danny Cruz believes in him, talks so highly about his commitment on and off the ball. He's a coach's dream.
Talked to Louisville's assistant coach Simon Bird earlier this week. He said Serrano has, quote, an incredible work ethic and the stamina to sustain it. It's part of the reason why he's been so successful in front of goal. Has no problem playing the full 90 minutes week in, week out. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of Lou City. Get all of your Lou City tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Davila on the prowl. Has the short option with his younger brother, Evan. Adams to stand it up. Headed back down in front, off the post and in! It's a dream start for Lou City. Philip Goodrum claiming it off the initial header by Aiden McFadden. And the lone undefeated team continues.
What a peach of a ball by Adams. Finding McFadden at the last post. He did the right thing. He nodded right across into the mixer, right across the living room of Bandre. And a good finish at the back post just to clean up. But the ball by Adams set everything up. It got behind the Rowdies defense. And McFadden did the right thing to nod it across the face of the goal. And Goodrum on the spot.
Philip Goodrum now with his third of the campaign. Managed to get that touch at the back post. Now tied with Ray Serrano as the top goal scorer for Louisville in the USL Championship.
Now the Rowdies are going to use Pasias on every occasion they can get to get over the press. They're not going to play around it. They want to go directly to him. He's going to be like a target man and get Leo Fernandez and Bassett, who play right behind him. He's going to get them in the game by just sort of nodding it off or flicking it to them.
Lawrence White, head on a swivel, has the short option on. Ian thinking about stepping up, instead bodily checking back and couldn't keep it dancing on the paint. If you're head coach Steve Coleman, how do you respond to an early goal on the road against a very difficult atmosphere?
Well, I think it's all about your, we talked about this in the open, your commitment defensively. Someone like Adams who has the ball, he's not going to beat you 1v1. He's going to look for the cross. And every coach wants his defender to stop the cross. If you allow the cross to come in, all the pressure now falls on the centre backs, and in this case, Bodley, who McFadden beat him to it. So you want to stop the supply. The commitment was not there, the cross came in, and the rest was history. So you want commitment by your players off of the ball defensively.
Davila now into midfield for Wilson, heavy touch, well intercepted. Bassett with no room to roam the other way. Connolly checking all the way back. Ian has stayed high. Louisville have kept numbers forward here, and they win it back in a very promising spot.
You know, Danny Cruz once said, just because you don't have the ball does not mean you're not in control of the game. This Louisville team is so comfortable without the ball, almost like the old Italian football teams back in the day. They don't mind not having the ball. They want to pressure you, win the ball in an awkward position for you, and then open you up. So that's why they're not leading the charge in possession, but they create just as many chances as the other team by pressuring.
Aaron Guillen asking for support. He's had a handful to deal with on this near side with Aidan McFadden. Already has his second assist in the regular season, and will take the throw-in. Toch, head on a swivel. A pass from McFadden, standing it up to the back post. In front one more time. White was fighting for it, and will concede the corner kick.
Well, when Sean Toch is overlapping, there's always going to be a V1 with their centre backs coming forward to support the attack.
Gavin went out for a throw. Adams barking out orders, as any good captain does.
You have to love the hair. It's that old soccer hair that we love. You need more of sort of Adams hair in this game.
And now it will be a fifth thirds corner kick for the hosts.
Now, we want to talk about Adams from New Zealand. Coach Coleman from the Rowdies actually coached in New Zealand. Ollie Bassett, who plays for the Rowdies, played in New Zealand as well. So New Zealand have quite a good thing going on over there with the soccer.
Historic rivalry with plenty of twists in the tail. First corner played right at home. Bandre went for it, but couldn't get a touch on it. The USL kicks off the month of June on ESPN2 with a battle of Eastern Conference powerhouses. Last season's Players' Shield winner, Louisville City FC, take on the 2024 Eastern Conference title holders, Rhode Island FC, on Wednesday, June 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Physical tussle. Casillas, whose jersey was grabbed by the handful.
What about Louisville coming back home? Even though they are undefeated in USL Championship, they had a couple Jägermeister losses over the last 5 games. 2 losses in their last 5 because of the Jägermeister Cup. Now they get a chance to come back at home in the championship and get points.
Davila. This chance will float harmlessly out of play. Encouraging start to the match for Danny Cruz's side.
He likes the direct play. Sometimes teams will go to the sides and then bring it back. He wants that direct cross to get behind the defense. Doesn't want the defense to settle, so he likes that quick movement. And as soon as he gets the green light, he cross it into the box. So that's what he's applauding, the quick thinking and the quick reaction.
Quick restart as well. Guillen, bodily. Again, the purple shirts swarm forward. Guillen under duress, hounded by Wilson. It's a great press in the end from Jansen Wilson.
And this has been so symbolic of this Louisville team throughout this season. People ask why they're undefeated so far. Is this commitment that everyone has from back to front.
Headed down, one right back by Wilson. Toch's cross, headed away for now. Davila gets back on his own 2 feet. Going down was McFadden, and it's a free kick 25 yards out.
Well, again, pressure pays off. Leo Fernandez runs into a crowd, gets dispossessed. Now the Rowdies are scrambling to stop the progression. Give up a free kick. And you're going to see this incredible defensive effort. They dispossessed Leo Fernandez. Now here they come, purple shirts. And now because everyone's out of position, they have to commit the foul. Now for Louisville, dangerous position, perfect distance from the goal, enough to get it up and over that wall, and Bandre is going to have to be at his very best.
Just his second start for the Rowdies in the USL Championship, Ethan Bandre.
This has Davila all over it. It's tailor-made for the left footer, and he has a crafty left foot.
Fifth third free kick will be Taylor Davila to strike. Whipping over the bar and not missing by much.
Too much whip, not enough finesse. Needed to get it up and over. Yes, he got the power, but he didn't get the dip.
Fans, if Lou City wins, you win. This season, Lou City has partnered with Penn Station to give you a free sub with the purchase of another. The offer is valid the following day after a win. Head to any participating Louisville area Penn Station location. Here's a chance for Lou City, and they get a second goal in the 16th minute. Ray Serrano and the undefeated Louisville City are flying.
The press pays off again. The Rowdies trying to play out to the back. They didn't go long to Pacias. They wanted to play around it. They get dispossessed in a very awkward position. Everyone's scrambling. Here it comes. The purple shirts are committed. Davila gets it to Ray Serrano in 1v1. And that's goal number 4 for the youngster.
Started 3 in the last 5. Scored his 3 goals this season in the first 4 matches of the campaign. And now back on the score sheet once again. Tampa Bay has hardly had a moment to catch their breath on the ball.
Full credit to Louisville. They've been practicing, they've been showing this picture to everyone throughout the season. Now they're back at home against the Rowdies. They've implemented their similar characteristic in which they've shown, and it's paid off in the opening 15 minutes.
Casillas maybe in behind, big slide, and it's a yellow card. Multiple players hounding the referee. Ryan, take us through what just happened.
I think Leo Fernandez is asking for more. Not sure if this was the last defender. Let's see if this was the last defender, Philip. Ball goes through, high line, Pacias is in. Last defender, he got pulled, but I think Sean Tosh was in the vicinity. So that's what the referee took into account, did not give the red card, and I think referee Wiseman got it correct. Yellow card was the correct call for the tug on Pacias. Tosh was in the vicinity, he wasn't the last defender.
So you talk about last man. If it is ruled denial of a goal scoring opportunity, it can be a yellow card if the defender makes a deliberate play on the ball.
Did not make a play on the ball, he did tug his shirt. I just think the referee took into consideration Tosh was in the vicinity, he could have gotten there, if not the goalkeeper.
It's a big decision and a big opportunity for Tampa Bay. Damian Losh tries to set his wall.
Well, from one left-footed Davila to another, Leo Fernandez, living legend, 2022 MVP. And the right-footed Bassett.
Will be Fernandez going low, and Losh saw it all the way.
Well, I think that was one for more power. It was a good piece of distance away from the goal. Leo Fernandez went for finesse. This is what Davila should have done. This time Leo Fernandez tries to use the ground route, that skiddy, wet, slick surface. Try to take advantage, but Last too good of a goalkeeper.
Damian Losh, just 23 years of age. His assistant coach Simon Bird said it's not often you see a player of his age and of his skill set with not 1 but 2 seasons of professional soccer under his belt.
And not only is a great shot stopper like we just saw, but he plays like a sweeper keeper. He played just before that. He came out of his goal, he was there first. He won the ball, but of course the free kick occurred before. But it shows his sort of qualities coming off his line.
That's helped him clean 3 clean sheets in his last 4 matches. Tested for the first time tonight by Leo Fernandez. And now Tampa Bay with a chance to finally set their shape a little bit. Guillen. Bassett working back.
Very, very important sequence here for the Rowdies. They have to give everyone a touch of the ball, get back some confidence, get some sort of rhythm, And the purple shirts, now up 2-0, are just swarming in their own half.
And KZL showed for the split instead, all the way back to safety. This is where the danger can arise if Lou City want to step up. Line-breaking ball intercepted. Settled comfortably in midfield and then clipped forward. Goodrum with the thumbs up, almost stuck out an arm for it. Trying to curve his run around the defender.
You'll do anything as a forward. You'll do anything.
Philip Goodrum now with 3 goals in his last 5 matches, counting this one. Didn't make an appearance last time out in the league, but scored in the match before that against Hartford.
So we see the Rowdies go direct to Pasias. They pick up a free kick. Now they have the ball in the attacking third. This is the sort of scenario, or this is the sort of secret to the sauce I think the Rowdies need to use to get over this press rather than try to play around it.
This portion of tonight's match is presented by Toyota and the Kentuckiana Toyota dealers. Nutmeg in favor of the hosts. Andy McFadden to take the throw once again. Gets his 2nd assist of the season earlier in the match to Phil Goodrum's goal. His other assist this season in the reverse fixture, April 19th against Tampa Bay. Had 6 assists in total last year, 4 goals to boot for his first season in Louisville. Davila going down, referee will oblige. Taylor Davila winning the free kick and hitting a career milestone tonight, as he has now eclipsed 10,000 regular season minutes in the USL Championship.
10,000 minutes.
It's a staggering number.
Incredible. I mean, you have to be so healthy for so long to rack those type of minutes. And we talk about Sean Tosh, he's up there with 22,225 minutes. Yeah, that's a whole different beast. Then you have people like Leo Fernandez and Aaron Guillen. We talk about legends of this USL League, all on one field on one night.
Cross work backed into the back post, cleared off the line. Right on cue, Aaron Guillen getting in the way.
Again, the delivery to the back post does the trick. Bodley and company do not pick up the players. McFadden again at that back post, almost nodding it in. And the Rowdies, if they don't stop the service, are going to have a very long night tonight in Louisville. Remember Forrest Lasso, who's one of the aerial giants of this league, picked up an injury last week in our Lang Stadium. Not available for the Rowdies tonight. He usually commands the defensive aerial duels. And that pressure is going to fall on Lawrence White, who's not known for his aerial prowess.
The 24th minute from Lynn Family Stadium. Philip Galati, Ryan Davis with you. 2-0 in favor of the hosts. 7th minute goal from Phil Goodrum, doubled in the 16th by Ray Serrano, and it really has been a fervent purple storm so far in this match.
Purple storm, I like that. That was good.
Stormy skies as well. We've talked about the effect the rain can have on this pitch, and it shows no sign of slowing.
Danny Cruz off of his bench, pleading with his players to push up high and press his throw. Rowdies will do good to go up the line.
Ian looking for the right avenue. Long throw. He'll get a second chance seems like a lot of those aerial duels so far have been won by Lou City.
I mean, you look at the height of this team. Someone like Davilo is 6'1", playing in the middle of the park. Their backline, Adams, Ordonez, and Tosh, all 6-footers.
Adams, pocket pick, but won it right back and directing traffic to boot. Toach fools Bassett. Somehow kept in play. It's a brave sliding challenge. That will spin all the way out for a goal kick. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Select matches will be available in Spanish throughout the rest of the season. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. See a second to it. Big win in the air, but falls kindly for Toach.
I know it could be a little disorganizing for the Rowdies trying to go direct to Pasias, but it seems their best option getting out of the press and getting the ball to the attacking third.
See us drifting out wide this time, and now we'll check back in centrally. And Kazil. Mike has stepped up. Rowdies with numbers in the opposition half for the first time in a while. What can they do with it? Flag stays down on the far side. Moon stepping up and swinging it in. And the free header from Bodley will be tipped onto the crossbar and over the frame of the goal. An awkward one for Damien Lass.
Great delivery from Moon. Bodley never got over it. It looped up like a Harry Potter movie. And Lass just had a hard time judging it, where the crossbar was compared to the ball.
Better safe than sorry. It's the first free kick for Tampa Bay. Defending set pieces, especially corners, has been a point of emphasis this year for Lou City. Bassett with a very deep delivery. Headed back in front. Goalkeeper didn't grab it, and the offside flag will go up.
Well, the cross to the back post seems to be the secret weapon for both of these sides. Good delivery from Bassett over the tall centre-backs. White heads it back across the face of the goal. Christosimo offside. And the drums are out. Pride Night is out. And Louisville City, seems like the skies have cleared up. No more purple storm.
It is a fortress to play here, as described by assistant coach Simon Bird. Thousands of fans turning up every week for every match, and it energizes the players in a way that is indescribable. It makes the road ahead for Tampa Bay that much more difficult, that much more winding.
It's so hard to quantify what Louisville do with their press. Possession count, dead even. Final third entries, dead even for both teams. But just their ability to press, dispossess you, and then one pass, you're in on goal. They got Serrano's goal from that. And it just is so hard to quantify that, but the stats look so similar. But yet, Louisville City up 2-0 because of that press.
As you mentioned, stats very similar. Both teams with 2 shots on target. Possession 51-49 in favor of the hosts. Both teams with Louisville making the most of their chances.
Tampa, they've been struggling a lot with teams pressuring them and trying to get the ball out of their own defensive third and into their forwards. Ball in the air, there's no master, and Philip Goodrum literally takes out Aaron Guillen like a safety on a wide receiver.
A yellow card presented by Bone Dry Roofing. Philip Goodrum, the first name, into the pocketbook.
And you love to see that as a coach. You want to see your forward dig in and leave the defenders with a bruise.
Fadden battling through 2 defenders, able to win the free kick. Tampa Bay bring the numbers forward. It seems that every time Louisville has that composure on the ball to play out of that pressure.
They do. I mean, Louisville are so good and so adept, and they play as such a unit that even if you pressure them, they know where that pass is, even before the ball gets to the player. But Tampa, because they're going long now, it's taken Leo Fernandez and Ollie Bassett out of their games. They want the ball to their feet. They're finesse players. They don't want to be chasing long balls. So even though the Rowdies seem to have to use that long ball, it's taking their two most effective forearm attacking players out of the game.
30th minute, we welcome the fans watching this game on WBKI, the official broadcast home for Louisville City FC. Whipped in again. Bit of an awkward one. Again, purple shirts swarming the ball, but somehow Lawrence White, rather it was Nick Moon soldiering his way through. And now Tampa Bay trying to counter. Bassett for Pasillas. Trying to open up onto his right. Pasillas still going. It's a wonder goal! Woobens Pasillas take a bow. 2-1 in Kentucky.
He did it last week against Tormenta, and he's done it again. Like you said, Philip, a wonder goal from Pasillas. It starts with Nick Moon, Fernandez to Bassett, gets it to Pasillas. He says, I'm going to have a dig. Shakes off the defender and just buries it last post. Look at him. He turns Adams upside down, puts his laces on it. Good night, 2-1.
His 5th of the season in some style. Game on at Lynn Family Stadium.
Invited Sean Tosh to the pub, had second thoughts, left Sean Tosh hanging. McAdams took a wrong turn, got it onto his right foot. All laces, all net.
That's got to be a goal of the week contender, surely.
And he comes up with these type of goals. The one last week didn't have that power, but the finesse that he had and the lack of space that he had to score last week was just as impressive.
What a pickup he has been for this side. Tampa Bay, though, having to defend once again. Poked away before it could reach Jansen Wilson lying in wait.
We want to talk about how that move started. That was Nick Moon taking the ball at the back, being fearless, taking players on. He drew 3 purple shirts, laid it off to Leo Fernandez. Fernandez to Bassett to Pasillas. Nick Moon had a big hand in that goal despite that individual effort from Pasillas.
Davila down for just a beat. Got an assist last time out in the league. Scored in the reverse fixture against Tampa Bay. 2024 and 2023 all-league first-team selection with the Sherman Oaks, California native. So now 33rd minute. Ryan, Tampa Bay are on the scoreboard. A big momentum shift. Does it change their game plan at all?
Big time. Sports is all about confidence, and this sport is no different. You're down 2-0, you get on the score sheet now. Your entire sort of attitude is uplifted. We're talking about all 11 players, and that changes things. That changes momentum. Now, Louisville, such a professional unit, well coached. I have no doubt they're going to get back on track and start controlling the game right here with Adams and company.
This was the scoring line the last time these two sides met back on April 19th. Louisville trying to make it 3 in a row for the first time in series history. Goodrum in the box, couldn't get his feet right. Awkward height for the delivery.
Now in our land, it was Louisville who came back against the Rowdies, who were up 1-0. They won that match 2-1. Rowdies down 2-0, now back in the conversation at 2-1. Still so much soccer to be played in this first half alone.
Bodily. Sostamo caught out. Now Davila. Toch. Trying to swing it forward. Looked like a good challenge from Aaron Guillen. We saw some of the emotion as well come out.
Yeah, the captain does play with some emotion. So too Adams, his counterpart on the other side.
And Kazil winning it back. And a comes off of his shin last for a Lou City throw.
And that's the Ray Serrano that Coach Cruz was talking about. Without the ball, committed defensively, committed to the press. Doesn't get enough credit when he doesn't have the ball.
Davila from range! Right at Bandre in the end, but still with the slick conditions. Important to get his body behind it.
Awkward hop for the keeper right in front of him. But look at the technique from Davila. All laces, right on target, low and hard, so awkward for keepers. But Bandre, great technique, just gobbled it up.
He had a lot of time too to set that one up.
Right, just like the crosses that they've had on his sides, too much time, not enough pressure on it to stop the shot, to stop the service.
So from a coaching perspective, if you were on the sidelines, what would you say to the Tampa Bay 11 in terms of trying to shut down that time on the ball?
Well, I think everyone has to be committed, just like Louisville is committed without the ball. Everyone has to push up and get engaged. And when we say engaged, you have to affect your 10-yard radius. I think the Rowdies have to be more committed in getting up on the ball rather than giving them time on the ball.
Guillen, Lou City forcing the visitors back, but now Bassett with so much green grass in front of him, marauding forward. Bassett will have a go! And knuckling away from goal at the very last.
Well, he has that in his arsenal, Ollie Bassett. He can strike the ball from distance.
Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big league, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice.
Philip, I had a Select ball when I was 12 years old. It lasted me to when I was 22. 10 years
I believe
like it
it.
lasted. Incredible.
Ryan, you've been around this game a long time, and one of the talking points...
Easy, Philip, I'm not that old. Go ahead.
One of the talking points that we had about this match was how both of these sides have had historic dominance in this league, but the legends, as you describe them, of this side, of both sides rather, have started to make way for a younger generation, like Pasillas! And the 24-year-old's header, well claimed by the 23-year-old goalkeeper.
Here comes that service on the left-hand side. Leo Fernandez, you cannot step off the Samba man. Beautiful cross, Pasillas rising up, just couldn't get over it. But these two teams, there's so much quality on the sides especially. Defenders cannot afford to lay off, whereas that service is going to come right into the kitchen, and it's so hard to defend.
It feels like a completely different game from the first 15 minutes or so.
It is. But going back to the legends of this game, I'm dying to see Niall McCabe get onto this field. He's another legend that Louisville have. I think it's like 10 or 11 seasons he's now with this team. So you have players like McCabe, Tosh, Goodrum. You have Adams, Ordonez. I mean, Ordonez pretty young, but still so many big stars that Louisville have. Then you have Leo Fernandez, Aaron Guillen for Tampa. I mean, these guys have affected the USL Championship for the last 5-7 years, which is an eternity in this league. And just incredible to see them all on one pitch on one night.
They've set the standard for both of these sides, and now with the Jägermeister Cup in full force, promotion relegation around the corner, it has never been a more exciting time to watch the USL.
I mean, they've done everything right. The League One, League Two, Championship, such quality, giving every town, we should say, a chance to playing alongside the league. It's a great touch to bring it to the US.
There really is space for everybody in this game. Fitting to have Pride Night here at Lynn Family Stadium.
Absolutely. I'm talking about being in touch. What about the old pro relegation on everyone's lips at the moment?
Another player goes down. Referee waves advantage. It's going to be a foot race on the near side, a close one in fact, as Wilson thought about the slide for a half second before Guillen got to it first.
Well, it was a lucky bounce and Louisville almost pounced. Aaron Guillen finding that extra gear. He was always known for that extra gear. Has had a hard time finding that extra gear this year, but he found it there.
Davila Taylor for his brother, Evan. Back for Taylor Davila. Wilson, stumbling, nearly winning it right back. Now Fernandez, Pasillas in a foot race, a physical one at that. And it's brilliantly defended in the end by Arturo Ordóñez.
I mean, what a pickup Arturo Ordóñez come. 2 fantastic seasons with Bob Lilly in Pittsburgh. Guess who picks him up? Louisville City. Comes in there, sits in between Adams and Tosh, and now it's the most feared back line in USL. You know, Ordóñez is just a class act from Spain. And he's one of those defenders that you'd expect from Spain, that has a great touch on the ball and can play the ball out to the back.
2023 Defender of the Year with the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. McFadden all the way up from the back. Long looping cross, Serrano was underneath it. No time for Dia at the back post. Amadou Dia to settle. Frenchman making his 6th start of the campaign, a goal and an assist so far. Former Clemson man. Serrano for Dia. Plenty of space to work this one in. To the back post once again. Bodily first to it. His second clearance, more emphatic, but will trickle out. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. That's a great flick on and behind, and it's well defended by Lawrence White coming across at the last second.
Starting to see Louisville creep back into the discussion in the attacking third now. Wilson almost got on the end of it, and let's talk about Wilson too. He's been touted as one an unsung hero on this Louisville team. Incredible work ethic.
It's a Wi-Fi corner kick. And it's taken short for Serrano. To the top of the key, Davila with space, whipped in. Headed up by Guillen. A player going down will cause the whistle to sound. Sean Tosh involved in the fray.
Sean Tosh coming up for the set piece, always a danger. Always gets on his score sheet a couple times for the year. Something a coach relies on. You need centre backs to get goals from set pieces, just to relieve the pressure from the forwards. And Tosh is that constant threat. 22,225 minutes. I mean, that was like 5 games ago. Who knows how many minutes he has now?
Scored a goal, as you mentioned, off a corner kick, in fact, last time out against Monterey Bay, a flick-on header at the near post. It's a great overlapping run. Even better cut out by Castellanos. Second to it this time. And the appeal will go for offside, and it is answered.
And Ray Serrano has to be aware that Dia is trying to recover from being in an offside position. That is his fault. Dia understands he's trying to do his best to get back onside, and Serrano has to make a better decision.
The 44th minute now. A call from Bandre up and in. Into the night sky. Headed right back towards him. Goodrum can get there. Instead it's Davila in midfield. So too Wilson getting a touch on it, and now won back comfortably by Davila.
Louisville City do such a good job in winning the center circle. The Rowdies don't have a sniff of the ball in the center of the park. Fernandez gets a touch, somebody's in his hip pocket. Venkayazil gets a touch, someone is in his hip pocket. And now Louisville have back possession. And they're up to a whopping 57% now to Rowdies 43.
It's a good interception, and now Pasillas trying to break and find Bassett. 2 defenders with him, and one of them pokes it away.
Ollie Bassett has to be strong on the ball there. That was too laissez-faire, and it was dispossessed way too easy.
Great idea. Well cut out by Wyke. McFadden still with it. chasing down Crisostomo now. Into stoppage time now. Presented by Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Referees adding 2 minutes out of minimum to the end of this first half. It's another set piece opportunity. Offensive free kicks and offensive throw-ins were the two in particular that Louisville have stressed coming into 2025, said assistant coach Simon Bird. We've seen how dangerous they can be, especially from those throw-ins tonight when taken quickly. Lofted delivery. Tosh with the first header. Did it take a touch on its way through? It did not.
Sean Tosh has a different opinion. He's gesturing to the referee that he was touched by a Rowdies player. Now, if you're Bandry, 1 minute ago, you want to kick this ball out to the sides. In case Louisville wins the ball, the Rowdies players will be compact in the middle. So out to this near side, his left.
That's exactly what he does, but it's intercepted by Wilson, who was really all on his own, but well done by Blake Bodley to win it back.
And that's why you want the ball to the sides. If Louisville win it back, the Rowdies are in a defensive position posture to win it back right away.
Maybe time for one more foray forward. Ordonez, Toch. Davila has dropped back in. Serrano wants it worked to the far side. It's over his head, instead intended for Dia. Now Nick Moon trying to get it forward, well intercepted. Maybe time for Goodrum to go forward. Out wide for Dia. Numbers forward for Louisville, and it's a good clearance at the near post. And that will bring the first half to a close. Louisville with 2 quick goals off the mark. Rubens Pasillas with a wonderful solo effort to cut the deficit in half. Brian, your thoughts?
I think Louisville's start to the match was a 10 out of 10 in the opening 15 minutes. Their press paid off. The game plan paid off. 2 quick goals. Rowdies slowly played their way into the match. Pasillas with his 5th goal, an incredible strike again, gets them back in the discussion. But Louisville still, they have the upper hand going into the half.
We have spoken at length about this rivalry, what it means to the players, the fans. We've seen the emotions, we've seen the goals through 45 minutes. It is going to be unmissable soccer on the other end of halftime. The halftime show coming up on the other side of a break. See you soon.
Summer is heating up with beach vacations, road trips, backyard barbecues, and fireworks. So fuel your summer with MyCard, only from Commonwealth Credit Union. MyCard gives you 3 points for every dollar you spend on transportation and travel, and 1.5 points for everything else, all with no annual fee, no foreign transaction fees. Don't have MyCard? Don't flip out. Flip the balance with a balance transfer and fuel your summer with MyCard, only from Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently.
The weekend can get pretty busy. That's why WDRB Evening News is on at 10 and 11. Whenever you're ready to wrap up the weekend, we'll be on. Watch WDRB News at 10 and 11.
All right, welcome everybody to Lynn Family Stadium. Great to have you all here.
Mike, the team is going to be so good this year. I swear, it's like the goalkeeper can predict the future.
You mean him? Yeah, I'm super excited. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, what was that again?
See, I told you.
Candace is watching Louisville City. Are you? Stream every match on WDRB+.
Go ahead, hit the snooze button. WDRB mornings till 10 a.m.
Season 3 of Crossroads is just around the corner. The journey is packed with good places, good people, and good food. So buckle up and come along for the ride.
Watch Crossroads on WDRB+.
Halftime at Lynn Family Stadium. Everyone out in full force for an incredible meeting between these two sides. An incredible first half as well, 2-1 through 45 minutes as we take a look at the schedule coming up for both of these sides. Of course, not only with regular season competition, but the Jägermeister Cup as well. North Carolina FC toward the top of the East. Louisville will take them on June 25th at 8 p.m. Next up for them, though, the Eastern Conference champions last year in Rhode Island FC, the first of 3 games in a row on home soil tonight for Lou City. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, with a tough road ahead in the Jägermeister Cup, they will take on FC Naples, a rematch of the U.S. Open Cup clash, 1-1 through 90 minutes. It went to 11 rounds of penalties before the Rowdies advanced. They will travel to face Pittsburgh after welcoming another Sunshine State opponent in Miami FC next time out on June 14th at 7:30. Let's take a look at the goal, the shot, and the Player of the Month nominees across the USL Championship.
For Cabrera! Those are the work rates then. Oh, and here comes Jennings. Beautiful setup. Jennings! 2-1 Charleston. Vasquez whoops this ball into the box. Oh, and there's the header! Tailor-made!
Nigro cross coming back post. Look! Opportunity punched away by Danny Vitiello. Is Las Vegas trying to stay in this game nearly?
This week on USL All Access, head coach Ryan Martin from Loudoun United joins us to talk their recent success and how it's more sustainable this time around in their long-term vision. How about the Oakland Roots? Day one, they dismissed Gavin Glinton. End of day one, they named Benny Fellhaber as their new head coach. We got USL Jägermeister Cup action. Sacramento Republic in Indy 11, perfect halfway through the inaugural edition of this tournament between the two leagues.
Wait, come back! Wait, come back, I need more help.
Take a load off it. Take a load for free.
Today we went to the beach and it was totally worth it. Stay 3 nights this summer at Best Western and get $50 off a future stay.
How does Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water keep you in the game? We always source our water directly from the natural spring to fuel every body, no matter how you like to move it. So whether you're chasing your goals or just staying active this summer, make sure to stay hydrated with Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Always bottled at the natural spring source.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way.
Focus!
Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power.
Whatever it takes.
Trusted for over 100 years. Tiger Balm's proven herbal blend tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger so that you can rise above pain.
Let's make a Karate Kid.
And get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
What a start to the season at Louisville City League! Joe Brito! Oh, it's magnificent! What a finish!
Toyota gives you the power of choice with more electrified hybrid choices than anyone else.
Like this new all-hybrid Camry.
And the stylishly fun-to-drive Corolla. Now, get 4.99 APR financing on a new 25 gas-powered Corolla or any new Camry. Lease a Corolla from $219 a month or Camry from $289 a month with 2 years no-cost maintenance included. That's the power of choice. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back to Lynn Family Stadium, 2-1 after 45 minutes. Hope the line is with you as we take a look around the news and notes across the USL Championship. So much to talk about, hard to only pick 3 talking points. Benny Feilhaber now at the helm out on the West Coast. Louisville City and Rhode Island playing on June 11th on ESPN2, but a big loss tonight for Tampa Bay. No Nate Worth out on international duty.
Yeah, he's so shifty, an excellent center midfielder. He's really starting to get better at his craft year by year. Excellent opportunity for him to play for the U18s. And he's a set-piece specialist as well.
He'll represent the Stars and Stripes in the UEFA Friendship Cup final on Tuesday. Meanwhile, some of the scores around the USL Championship. This match at halftime, a couple other matches kicking off just now as well. North Carolina with a big win, but 1-1. Charleston and Loudoun, what a game.
Again, Charleston, we talk about top of the table. We talked about the standings at the beginning. Loudoun, big story. Charleston, the toast of the town. It's time. 1-1, I think, is a fair result. They're both quality teams, and that leaves a little bit of an opening for Louisville tonight to go top of the table.
Miami as well with a big pickup, 3 points over the defending Eastern Conference champions. They're continuing to climb up the ladder. Meanwhile, the schedule for the rest of the night. USL Championship on full swing on a Saturday showing. What sticks out to you, Ryan?
I like the Phoenix Rising versus Orange County on Golasso. Should be a heck of a game. 10:30 tonight. I think that's one of those you don't want to miss.
Sacramento as well in Tulsa with the 11 o'clock kickoff. Saturday soccer will roll all night long. Just a few minutes till the ball's rolling again. Louisville and Tampa Bay with all to play for in the second half. Highlights coming up.
When you need inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. Our low prices add up to big savings with over $600 in digital coupons each week, plus up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Power up your summer fun with the power of choice. Toyota's lineup offers the most electrified hybrid and all-wheel drive choices out there, like the best-selling RAV4 and the super fuel-efficient RAV4 Hybrid. Now get 4.99 APR financing on a new 25 RAV4 or 5.99 on RAV4 Hybrid. Or lease this gas-powered RAV4 for $329 a month with 2 years no-cost maintenance included. That's the power of choice. Toyota, let's go places.
Toyota's power of choice.
Toyota's lineup offers the most electrified hybrid and all-wheel drive choices out there, like the family favorite Toyota Highlander or the bigger, more powerful Grand Highlander. Both are built right here in the USA. And now you can get a new 25 Highlander or Grand Highlander with 4.99 APR financing and get 2 years no-cost maintenance. That's the power of choice. Toyota, let's go places.
Almost go time once again. 3 goals in the first 45 minutes. 51 goals in total of the series between Louisville and Tampa Bay. Lou City with 26, Tampa Bay's 25. As we take a look at the series history, which we have talked about at length, Ryan.
Just 2 quality organizations that starts from the top when it trickles down into the field. Ollie Bassett gets a bit of fortunate touch to get a 1-0 lead. Davila with his quality. Top of the box, no chance for 1-1, and then the cross all the way to the back post, headed back across, and there's Beater to clean up, to win the game for Louisville. Unbeaten streak continues.
So a 2-1 scoreline through 90 minutes. Last time out, it's 2-1 through 45. Ryan, how'd we get here?
I think Adams, fantastic cross to the back post. McFadden in, across the kitchen, and a little follow-up from Goodrum at the back post. You have to stop the service, too much pressure on the defenders, and Louisville make the most of it. Then, the pressure continues. Philip, 60 minutes, no rest for the weary. Sean Tosh is committing, and here's Davila. A little bit of toe poke to Serrano. One touch, 2-0. And that is that constant pressure that the Purple Shirts provide, game in, game out.
Tampa Bay did the right thing. Got their numbers behind the ball and able to respond with a brilliant goal.
Well, it was started with Nick Moen, Leo Fernandez to Bassett, and then Pasia says, you know what, give the ball to me, I'll have a dig. Sends Adams the wrong way and just finishes, laces at the back post. 2-1. And the Rowdies back in it through their center forward, Rubens Pasias.
5th of the year for him, the only Rowdies player with more than 1 goal in the USL Championship. What stat stands out to you the most?
I think the possession. Rowdies have had more of the possession, but this is what Louisville wants. This Louisville team under Danny Cruz doesn't mind if you have possession. They're going to pressure you, use a counter press, 2 passes in the box like Serrano, and take goals from that sort of strategy.
Rubens Pasillas in the 31st minute with a goal that will be on repeat all season long. Job is far from over as we take a look as things stand in the East. If this result holds, Louisville top of the conference.
Well, Loudon grabs the socks of Charleston and says not so fast, a 1-1 draw. And guess what, Louisville at home for the next 3 matches. This is when they can make their move. Tampa Bay Rowdies desperate to get out of the cellar. They are 1 goal away from leveling the score.
45 minutes away from the undefeated streak, taking an unprecedented, never before seen 11th consecutive match, but it will be far from easy. Towering header early on, 8 seconds into the second half, and the first collision, a big one.
Can I just sound like the old man with the don't
Sure.
get off my lawn? The whole kind of long ball into the opposing half, you just give up possession now. I mean, quality teams would say thank you very much for the possession, we'll take it from here and leave you chasing. But this Louisville team does not mind, like we said, not having the ball.
Capable of that route 1 pass, but still we've seen the link-up play, 1-2 touches. The ability for Louisville to quickly find teammates.
I just want to see teams at the kickoff want to hold possession and create something, not just heave it towards the corner flag and see what happens.
This portion of tonight's match is presented by Toyota and the Kentuckiana Toyota dealers. Here's a chance for Goodrum. Will go himself! Always rising in the end.
With Philip Goodrum getting his 3rd goal tonight. But remember, he leads this team in shot attempts. Has another crack, doesn't keep his head down. My old high school coach will be angry. Gotta keep your head down until the ball hits the back of the net. Philip Goodrum will have a long day with my high school coach for that era.
He's scored 2 goals in his last 4 coming into tonight. Now has his 3rd of the season. As on Pride Night, the voices of the Louisville faithful have been loud and clear.
Give these guys credit. They weathered the storm literally. It was raining cats and dogs. The fans showed up. Horns, drums, and it's a typical Louisville City game now tonight on a Saturday night, which we learned to expect in USL Championship season.
Ordonez. Adams has to take it across and stand it up. It's a good flick on from Dia, but Serrano with no chance to get there. Still pinballing around. Serrano couldn't settle it. And Kazil into the stratosphere.
Again, because the Rowdies have to go long to get rid of the press, it plays right into the big 3 center-backs, Ordonez, Adams, and Tosh. Now they get to get back possession.
Great ball in behind, a little bit overhit. Andre will calm his teammates down. Had a chance to speak with head coach Steve Coleman earlier this week about Ethan Vandre's presence and that he's able to reassure the defenders in front of him. Not just a pure shot stopper, but also a leader, a communicator, can give that sort of confidence to his defenders in front of him to know they have someone reliable behind them.
Yeah, it shows the quality of the USL too, right? This Andre came from Colorado Rapids 2, comes to the USL Championship, starts to perform with Campisi, with them fighting for one spot, which is a very healthy thing for clubs. And Bandre really starting to get his form going as a goalkeeper in midseason.
A success story of the USL in 2021, USL League Two champion with the Des Moines Menace. Dia all the way forward, good sliding challenge, studs down and ball out of play.
You love that slide tackle by Lawrence Reich, always willing to hit the ground. But as the greatest defender in the history of soccer, Paolo Maldini says, you only slide tackle as your last gasp. You want to have positioning to be your strength. Lawrence Reich using the slide tackle, but the positioning could have been better.
It's an incredible compliment to be compared to someone.
No, I'm just saying Paolo Maldini says if you slide tackle, that's your last gasp.
Moon first to the header.
No, Philip, I was not comparing you to Paolo Maldini.
We've seen a lot of quick throws in this match from Louisville. Serrano has found a lot of space at the byline, able to work it back in. First header straight up, and Kazil with the second. Davila down for Serrano. Poked out of touch for a corner kick. Three corners in the first half for the hosts to one for the visitors. Another Wi-Fi corner kick on deck for Lou City. Serrano leading the team with 4 goals this year, yet to have his first assist. Dangerous cross and all the way through. As Goodrum went down but doesn't appeal.
Teasing delivery by Serrano. And then swing up right into the 6-yard box. Had all the defenders facing their own goal. Just couldn't find a purple shirt at the back post.
Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL access on Tuesday nights. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League and more on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app.
Anytime the Rowdies get out wide to Nick Moon or Borderly, it gives them a line of sight to Pacias, as we saw just now. And once they can get the ball, a controlled pass into Pacias, he can then either turn or hold it off and be a good target man for people like Bassett and Leo Fernandez.
His head coach, Steve Coleman, said Rubens Pacias has a unique skill set, particularly with that hold-up play, and is very difficult to stop. Took on 3-4 defenders on that goal. Inside-out move, the flip-flap into the top right corner.
But he finished it with a quality shot. I mean, you can make a great move and then kick it into the 5th row, but he still has this ability to finish the move.
Hooked back in, but not before it crossed the line. Dia again wanting to go quickly, waiting for reinforcements.
Adams is so good at crosses from here.
Has all the time in the world. Headed back in by McFadden, and simple enough in the end for Bandre, who will go quickly the other way. Bassett wanting to break, but the counter wasn't on.
Louisville would love for Ollie Bassett to play that deep in his own half and not play as a traditional 10, in which Coach Coleman wants him. But that's the strength of this Louisville team. They press so well that players like Bassett and Fernandez have to come out of their comfort zones just to get a piece of the ball.
Bassett trying to thread the needle. Too many purple shirts in the way. Fadden forward. Good run to chase. Guillen to clear. Coach Danny Cruz will make his first change as Josh Jones will slot in at the back line for Arturo Ordonez. Former Defender of the Year taken off, as Jones will make his 5th appearance of the season.
Now, I have no doubt that Josh Jones, physical, quick, industrious, but Ordonez gives you that quality on the ball, being able to pass out to the back. That's what you want from your centre backs when, of course, you have possession. That quality now goes away for the Louisville.
Jones played his college ball with the Cardinals, University of Louisville. He's a captain for them, signing his first professional contract this offseason. Pasillas battling, breaking free, nearly playing Nick Moon in behind. Just a fraction behind the run.
He's a true number 9. Can finish, can screen off, but the passing may not be there, and you don't mind that. But his ability to turn on the defender under pressure and still create something, that's a great skill to have.
And it's a difficult skill to find, the true number 9.
Yep.
Bit of a dying art. This one slid in behind for Goodrum. Goalkeeper comes out. Appeals from the Lou City faithful for the penalty. Referee with a shake of the head.
Well, Bandre had to be reactive off of his line. Came out in a flash, got a piece of it.
Now this is a big change for Tampa Bay. Luis Alvarez joined the team yesterday and will enter the match in the 55th minute for Nick Moon.
Now Nick Moon is playing on that right-hand side. Does Alvarez go traditionally to the right and just go player for player, or does a player come down and play in Moon's position for Alvarez to move up? Let's see.
Luis Alvarez named to the League One first team last year with Lewis Hilton as well, slotting in for Ollie Bassett.
Another legend of this game, Lewis Hilton of this league, comes in. He is the orchestrator for this Rowdies team. He had a hamstring injury, has been out for a while. They have lost that presence in the center circle because he's been out. Does this change things? Let's see.
That substitution brought to you by Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education, Kentucky Lottery. Davila intercepted. Now Hilton getting his first few touches and has the poise to find the simple ball. Louisville ticket packages for the 2025 season are now live. Join the boys in purple all year long with season tickets starting at just $15 per game. Visit louiscity.com to learn more. Hilton now, Crisostomo back for Hilton. Pasillas foiled. Coach with a line-breaking ball.
Beautiful ball.
It's a good first touch from Goodrum. Gives the thumbs up. Well intercepted, though.
I mean, Sean Tosh finding Goodrum in a snap of a finger. Goodrum just laying it off on the side. Yes, the windy throw in. That's just how much of a unit this Louisville team is. Understanding where the next pass is as soon as they get the ball to their feet, because playing together for so long and understanding each other's roles.
Talk about legends of the game. Sean Toach won the USL Cup in 2017 and 2018 with Lou City. All-League second team the last 2 years. All-League first team 2 years before that. Davila from distance takes a deflection and out for a corner kick.
Well, Philip Goodrum is asking for a foul. Not sure if you're going to get a penalty because it was in the box for this. But again, this time, it's the other Davila, but he's showing the same sort of technique as his brother, Evan, this time winning the corner.
It's a 5-5 corner kick. Louisville have looked dangerous from these tonight, have yet to score direct from the set piece. Serrano trying to change that low delivery, headed away at the near post. Second ball low as well, and once again met at the near post by Leo Fernandez.
Well, Serrano's corner just tries to whip it to the near post, hoping for someone to flick it on and then have an open header at the back post or on top of the penalty spot. That second delivery when he got the ball back, not impressive. You expected more from Serrano to get more lift on his cross.
Training ground play this time. Serrano, a better cross. Well met in the air. Second and away, only as far as Dia. Stamped back in, and Goodrum thinking he may have been in an offside position. Robert Castellanos has gone down in some pain.
Looks like it may have been inadvertent. I think the referee's just going to give them a bounce ball to restart. Ball played in, and Castellanos actually was by himself. And anybody who played this sport, the worst injuries are when there's no one around. And Castellanos limping now. And Coach Coleman may have to look to his bench.
3 substitutions still available for Tampa Bay, 4 at the ready for Lou City. It's a towering header over the back of Luis Alvarez. Onto it now. Sees the switch on with Van Kazeel. Looking for the cross. Alvarez continuing his run, and it's over his head and claimed by Las.
Well, Van Kazeel had some time, but got too much under it. Like Philip when using that sand wedge on the golf course, he got too much under that ball. That was Van Kazeel. Got too far under it, made it easy for Las.
60th minute set to elapse from Lynn Family Stadium. Philip Kalani, Ryan Davis with you. 2 faded rivals battling it out for the 18th time. Two number 17s go up for it and poked along by Hilton. Fernandez, big coming together, goes down right in front of the referee. Curious to see if there will be further punishment. Ryan, what do you think?
Well, the ball is bouncing. That's always tricky for players. Looks like it was shoulder to shoulder. Leo Fernandez got up holding his shoulder, and then Evan Davila, who's now back on his feet, but he's still wincing.
Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of Lou City. Get all of your Lou City tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Tampa Bay forced to scurry it away. Alvarez on the high press, leaves a stud in late.
Well, you like the energy of the young Alvarez, putting a tackle in on Adams. He wins the free kick. But Danny Cruz seems to be in the last 5 to 10 minutes. Louisville doesn't look as dominant as they did in the first half. And I think Danny Cruz may be trying to figure out, how do I get back that position of dominance in this second half?
So if you were head coach Danny Cruz, would you change the approach to the match to get that dominance?
I mean, if you look at their bench, they have Adrian Perez, who can light things up from either side. I think Cameron Lancaster, if he's fit enough, can come in. And don't forget Lambert, the tall Jamaican, can dominate the center circle. So even though Davila brothers are doing fantastic, slower legs, tired legs, you want to bring in Lambert in to continue that dominance in that center circle. So I think he may want to look to his bench to bring some reinforcements in the next 5 minutes.
There is still a lot of this match left. Dia, one-on-one. Can't get by Van Kazeel. Squared for Davila, closed down quickly. Dia has stayed on side. No, he hasn't. Well defended by the Rowdies.
Keeping a disciplined line, understanding that Diaz sort of drifted off. They didn't follow him.
It's It's been a boisterous crowd tonight. They had plenty to cheer about in the first 20 minutes or so.
Game has got into a bit of a pattern now. A lot of posturing in midfield. No real threats on goal from either side.
Big boot from Bandre. Again, Louisville winning the first ball uncontested. Serrano trying to shape it through. Saw the lane. So too did Lawrence Wyke. Bodily. 1-2 cut away by Davila. Put forward to the far side and will skip away off the wet grass for Jansen Wilson.
Davila is so crafty. He can pick out a pass anywhere on the pitch, number 17. There's that flag, that Louisville spirit.
You can hear the drums echoing around this ground.
And it never ends, which is a great thing. The players always have that support at their backs.
First of 3 matches in a row on home soil for Louisville, who, as things stand, sit top of the East.
And they can really make a move this week if they can get 9 points.
Sean Toch tried to take a little more space than he was allowed to.
When you play 22,500 minutes, you're allowed to do that, okay?
The iconic tucked jersey of Sean Toch around this league. He's been part of this club since 2017. Fernandez bringing it down. Creative touch for Guillen to his left. Looking for the switch. Instead back to safety goes Hilton. Crisostomo, now Luis Alvarez. Finds Castellanos. Louisville find their defensive shape. Hilton probing, pressing, looking for a way through. He thinks he's found one. Great touch from Alvarez. It was a great move that was starting to form from Tampa Bay.
Well, in order for Alvarez to get to his natural number 10 position, Van Kayziel has come out to this right-hand side. And that is a big drop-off offensively to what Nick Moon could bring.
Serrano, defenders backing off. Goal scorer plays back to safety.
Beautiful ball movement. I mean, they're just ticking the ball over like a switch watch. Tick, 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 tick.
Every pass seeming to find its mark. McFadden trying to continue the streak. Sees the simple ball. Toch going on a bit of a run. Takes a fortuitous deflection for Serrano.
Excellent sequence by Louisville. Understand they're up by 2-1.
Well defended by Guillen at the back. There's a big collision. Bodily pops right back up. Pasillas now by his lonesome. Able to pick out the pass for Alvarez, who turns and faces. 2 to his left. We'll use Van Kayziel. And a bit of a let-off in the end, as now Lou City can find their shape.
It's a game of inches. That ball gets to one of their feet. They have a free cross in. Now they have to backpedal, and now Louisville, look how compact they are. Excellent defensive posture from the home team now. Look at this.
The last 5-10 minutes or so, it's been very measured, careful attacking.
Yep.
It's a complete contrast to the frantic tempo of the match in the first 20-25 minutes.
Well, they call the second half the coach's half, so I think some reminders were set to the players about their defensive responsibilities.
Crisostomo. Louisville hold their shape, forcing all the way back to keeper. Beef Football is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Castellanos. White. Guillen given time. Milton as well, checking back for it. Splits the midfield line. 1-2 for Fernandez. Pasillas. Alvarez. Van Kazeel with time to the back post. Uncontested header in the end.
And to have Adams, Jones, and Tosh back there, it's so much harder for other teams to take advantage of the aerial route in the way Louisville took advantage of it in the first 5 minutes against the Rowdies. The Rowdies didn't have Forrest Lasso, that defensive presence to head the ball out. With those three centre-backs Louisville have, they sit so comfortably and they don't worry as much if the ball does come across in the air.
Fernandez tried the back heel. Can't get it through a defender. Goodrum going down. Referee not interested. Crisostomo.
Excellent sequence right now for the visitors. They've been holding on to the ball for the last 3 to 4 minutes. Purple shirts after chase, and those legs are starting to get tired.
Robert Castellanos. Another one-time ball. Fernandez falls to Alvarez. Playing Pasillas, trying to work free. It's a scramble, and Adams able to settle and clear. Whistle right at midfield, and Goodrum judged to be the guilty party. A double change for Danny Cruz. Adrian Perez, Kevin Lambert into the match, two very attacking options.
All right, Philip, I have to confess, Danny Cruz is listening to me on a microphone in his ear right now. I'm calling all these substitutions. This is a warning to everybody. But let's talk about the sequence before that. The ball in from Alvarez, who just came on. He's having an impact into Pasillas. Excellent recovery by Adams, but it shows this Rowdies team starting to get some, let's say, rhythm going. And I think this is an excellent change. Evan Davila had a fantastic game, but to bring fresh legs in the middle with Lambert could get back that rhythm for Louisville in the middle of the park.
That foul, the last action for Goodrum, who now makes it 3 goals in 5. Adrian Perez, who started 4 of the last 5 and scored his last goal back on April 15th in the Open Cup versus Loudoun United. '72nd minute, time winding down. Louisville on the precipice of history, but it is the last leg of the relay race that is the hardest. Right as you mentioned, Brian, fresh legs pressing the ball. Louisville not sitting back as deep anymore.
Yep, now they're going to start getting back their rhythm in the last 20 minutes of this match.
Perez to the far side of the 18, cut back blocked, and out for a corner kick.
Aiden Perez just got a goal against Loudoun last week in the Jägermeister Cup, and that 2-1 loss. So he is full of confidence, wants to get on the ball. Exactly what Coach Cruz and Louisville needs.
This is a Wi-Fi corner kick. It will be taken by Taylor Davila.
Another 6-footer in Lambert to join this set piece.
It's chaos in the box. Nearly opened up for a free header. Settled by Serrano. Davila stayed on side. Swung to the back post. Worked back in front, and it's a back heel clearance from Luis Alvarez.
I have to say Jones was centimeters away from giving this score, giving Louisville their 3rd goal of the night. That cross to the near post, he just missed it. And Looks like Louisville are starting to get their foot back on the necks of the Rowdies.
Another Wi-Fi corner kick. We saw the last two from Serrano, driven low to the near post. 2 arms up from the Washington native.
His back post, all the way to the back post.
A lot of hang time on that one.
Yeah.
And it will go out for a 3rd consecutive corner kick. Another Wi-Fi corner kick. Louisville now inching closer after that sustained bit of possession by Tampa Bay. Davila will take it once again.
Have to love the lefty from the right and the righty from the left. Constant in-swingers, pressure on the centre backs. Everyone's inside their own 6-yard box now to defend it.
Shallow one. Appeals for a shove. A player took a stumble, and the fans certainly made their opinion known. Casillas will let it bounce.
Beautifully played, Serrano. The shortest guy on the pitch just bumps off Casillas and gets back control for the home team.
Dia sitting a little bit deeper. Lambert. Davila dispossessed, but not going to give up on it. There's Dia right there to intercept. John Toch all the way forward. Has plenty of real estate with him. McFadden made the overlapping run. Davila, time to turn. Sends it right back to the far side. McFadden working himself free. It's a good cross. Headed straight up by Van Kazeel. Scuffed clearance. A player going down and the whistle sounding.
Well, they're going to call Dia for studs up.
Another double change for Tampa Bay. Manuel Arteaga up top for Leo Fernandez. As Joey Skinner will check into midfield for Blake Bodley.
Well, Joey Skinner coming from Nashville SC. He's an attacking left back. So he's going to maraud up and down that left-hand side where Bodley was. And now the Rowdies are going to play with 2 center forwards. So they're going to switch to a 3-5-2 rather than a 3-4-2-1. So now they're going to play direct to Arteaga and direct to Casillas to see if they can link up and get something on the offensive end, barring a press from Louisville.
Fans, it is time to vote on tonight's Lynn Family Vision Man of the Match. Poll will be open for the next 10 minutes. Vote now on the Lou City app. Serrano going down, and the referee immediately reaching to the pocket, and a yellow card brandished for Lewis Hilton.
Well, the quick and nimble Serrano in the middle of the park is always going to be fits for Lewis Hilton. Hilton just coming back from injury, and Serrano first to the ball like he so often is. And Serrano megs Hilton. Not sure if Hilton got much contact there, but yellow card nonetheless. Just shrewd play from the number 7.
That yellow card was presented by Bone Dry Roofing. Referee was right on top of it as Serrano still in a bit of bother. Lewis Hilton in his sixth season with the Rowdies, the Englishman. His 10th in the USL Championship all time. He was the only Rowdies player last year to start all 36 league matches and led the team in chances created with 56. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings.
I'll tell you what, in this second half, it's been 60% possession to Louisville. They have controlled proceedings.
Looking for one more. It's a decent header in the end from a difficult angle by Josh Jones.
However, the Rowdies, who've had the less of the possession, have had 8 touches in the opposition box compared to 1 from Louisville. So it showed, even though they have not been possessing the ball, Rowdies, they've been direct and getting closer towards that Louisville goal in the second half. Tell you what, with 12 minutes to go, it's all to play for here.
Absolutely.
I mean, these two teams have lived up to the hype, as they always do.
Arteaga, great touch, and a Travella ball as well into the feet of Venkezil.
Yeah, Venkezil, being a defensive midfielder out on the right-hand side, has to stop, look inside, slow things down. And Louisville just getting that defensive shape right back. Look how compact they are.
Casillas tried to get a poke on it. Instead, Hilton challenging for it and going down. And another yellow card will come out. Taylor Davila with his pocket picked.
Well, when you're sitting so deep, even though you win the ball back, there's no avenues or no passageways to go. So as soon as Davila got a touch on the ball, they closed in, and he just sort of, he didn't lash out, but he sort of lunged and got a piece of Lewis Hilton. Here it is. Nowhere to go. All roads closed down, and he just lunges and gets a piece of Lewis Hilton.
That yellow card was presented by Bone Dry Roofing. 80th minute now. Tampa Bay with a set piece and an opportunity to level this one. Scoop delivery, headed back down in front. It's a scramble, it's still alive. And then finally away from danger. A calamitous sequence. And somehow Tampa Bay don't have a second.
Yep, similar to the first goal for Louisville when McFadden nodded across the good drum. It comes across to Arteaga, ball bubbling around, and Louisville and Tosh finally clear it. Actually looks like, yep, it's Sean Tosh, that's right. That's what 22,500 minutes lose to.
That was all instinct. If in doubt, kick it out.
That's right.
Hilton, outswinging delivery. Fall right back to the corner taker. Stands well. Castellanos shielding it out of play. It will be another Tampa Bay corner. A third for the visitors, 4 for the hosts.
Seeing the center forward, Cano, in the back, just behind Lewis Hilton. And we get a chance to come in.
Luis Alvarez with 2 hands up at the top of the box. Curled to the top of the 6. Tosh was there. Alvarez the second. Arteaga plays it square. Now back for Hilton. Going to stand this up once again. And the keeper will claim.
Well, Lewis Hilton sort of spliced it, so the bend took it towards Lass. If he got spliced it like my golf swing.
We've seen a lot of deadly crosses from both teams, especially in the second half, but we spoke in the first half how those aerial duels were being won by Louisville. It's definitely been more 50-50 in the second half.
And that's what the goal did. Since the Rowdies got that goal from Pacias, it really brought them back in the conversation and changed this outlook. But look at these absolute legends coming on. Lancaster and McCabe. I've been waiting for these two to come in. USL legends coming onto the pitch. Guys who built this league on their backs.
Niall McCabe has been with Louisville since 2015, the longest tenured one-club player in the league, the only player to represent Lou City in every season of club history. Ray Serrano's night is done as Cameron Lancaster, USL Championship's active leading scorer, is on the pitch for the first time in 2025.
Two goats for Louisville.
Trying to help this side over the line, and a piece of history. A win would cement their best start ever to a campaign. Alvarez ran out of time. Lambert appealed for the throw. Cameron Lancaster wore the iconic number 17. Tonight wears 53, the number that he debuted with Tottenham Hotspur back in 2012.
I love that. And do you know there was a decision between him and Harry Kane in Tottenham Hotspur on who to keep. Apparently, Cameron Lancaster at pre-injury was actually at that time better than Harry Kane at the centre forward position. And injuries certainly turned things around, and that's how much quality Cameron Lancaster has.
Incredible bit of history. A little more history for you. The man that Cameron Lancaster came on for in that match, Emmanuel Adebayor.
Wow.
An unbelievable playing career for 53 with a nod to his early days.
And Davila, remember that little touch to put Serrano through to score the second goal. He got the assist. It was his press. Again, another great shift by the center midfielder.
Lancaster on loan from Lexington. Only needs a half a chance to make his mark. Macias with the toe poke. In stride for Van Kazeel. Has to hold it up a bit. Arteaga slipped under his boot. Arteaga continuing to press though, and it's an uncharacteristic scramble.
Yeah, Mas seems to have lost the angle there. But Arteaga, known for his pressing with Phoenix Rising, coming across the Tampa, continuing that sort of philosophy in his game, or that style of play in his game. Looks like it's going to be a free kick for Louisville on this near side. Oh, actually a throw-in.
Damian Loss still issuing orders to his teammates. You can see the scowl on his face.
I think he's a little embarrassed by his clearance and having a word or two with his centre-backs.
23 years old and has all the confidence of a veteran.
Great pickpocket.
Tosh, the veteran, with not one but two good challenges. Unfortunate skip of the ball for him, as now Tampa Bay have numbers forward. Green and yellow shirts arriving. Alvarez turning away, finding Hilton! Over the bar.
Well, similar to Davila early on in this half, Lewis Hilton did not keep his head down. It was Alvarez who was the honey for the bees. He drew all the shirts to him, laid it back, and he just didn't stay over it. And this young man, Mustali, 6'4", Italian bred, seems one of the throwbacks to the old Italian centre forwards. He's a target man who's ball's going to play straight into him, and he's going to lay the ball off to the players around him. And the Rowdies just sort of throwing numbers now forward to try to get that second goal.
And a happy birthday to Endry Mustali, who turns 18 today. Unbelievable.
Is that crazy? He can now vote.
Made a number of appearances last year. Already has 2 assists on the campaign. Good ball in! And the header over the bar from who else? Cameron Lancaster.
Great ball by Dia. He had time and he made use of that time. He put the ball into only one person who could get to it, which is Lancaster. The legs may not be as springy as they used to be. Couldn't get over it.
88th minute from Lynn Family Stadium. As it stands, Louisville will go top of the East. Tampa Bay far from down and out. Numbers forward again for the Rowdies. Into the box and a big clearance away. And Tampa Bay keeping their foot on the gas pedal, winning the ball back every time.
And this Louisville team comfortable without the ball, Philip. You don't mind sitting compact and defending.
Alvarez wants help, works it in, but headed down by McFadden. And that's a big challenge by Danny Crisosimo with a bit of a bear hug. And a yellow card will be brandished. Not sure he can have much to complain with on that one.
No, definite foul. Not sure who the yellow card was for though. Looks like he was facing towards one of the defenders, showing that yellow card, not towards Crisostomo.
Adrian Perez, a Los Angeles native, led the club in assists last year. It was an excellent campaign for him. Already has 1 goal so far in 2025. It was Niall McCabe who actually got the yellow card. Obvious handball on the part of Kevin Lambert. As we are into the 90th minute. It really has felt like there is a goal coming in this match, but now the question is for who? Ryan, if you're head coach Danny Cruz, what do you tell your players in the last couple minutes or so?
I think you sit tight and you force the Rowdies to their right. The Rowdies right, the Louisville left, because Venka Ezil is very much a defensive-minded player. And when the ball goes out wide to him, he's not exactly shifty or has a deft cross behind him. So I think you sort of push the Rowdies in that direction and let Venka Ezil become the playmaker. But I think they're very comfortable defending at this point. Haven't seen the Rowdies get behind the back line in the last 5 to 10 minutes, other than the cross that was headed back across the goal and Sean Tosh cleared. Other than that, Rowdies hasn't really given Adams and company anything to think about.
Stoppage time is presented by the Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. The referees have added 5 minutes at a minimum for Tampa Bay to try and grab a point on the road.
5 minutes is truly an eternity. And now Lewis Hilton is going to try to loft this ball to the left side of the 18-yard box and look for someone to head it back across. Mustali, the 6'4", who's been covered by Lambert at this point, will be the main target. And he's going to drip, yep. Pasias is pointing him to go outside to head the ball back inside.
Everybody forward for the Rowdies. Everybody back for Lou City. Whipped in to the back post. Header from Manuel Arteaga, who was quite a distance from goal. Curious to see him take that one himself.
Yeah, Arteaga's been struggling this season. That was one to nod it back across the face of the goal. And he let Mass and Louisville off the hook.
Referee Trevor Wiseman making sure that Damian Las takes this restart of play rather quickly. Sent all the way forward, and Lancaster going down. Referee will nod and whistle in approval. Louisville ready to celebrate Pride Night with a win, but still a couple minutes left to try and ensure the 3 points. Lancaster ran out of real estate. And the host did not spend very long with the ball. And as you mentioned, Ryan, this side more than comfortable playing without the ball, digging in for the last few minutes.
Yeah, Danny Cruz certainly setting that tone into this team at the beginning of the season. Understanding that they will be spending some time without the ball. They will suffer for a little while in matches, but they will make the most of not having the ball with pressing. And pressing is a form of offense.
And Kazil onto his left. Heroic block, but it falls to Alvarez. Still alive for the Rowdies. Guillen up from the back. Moved along by Crisostomo. A heavy touch and Toch will go to ground. 94th minute now. 5 and a minimum guaranteed. Arteaga goes down, appeals for the foul, referee not interested. Lawrence Wyke. Forced laterally. Guillen thought about standing it up. Everybody's waiting for the cross. Hilton directing traffic. It's allowed to bounce through. The keepers come out for it. He hasn't got there, and Toch clears it away.
Well, 22,500 minutes, you have excellent positioning, and Sean Toch has shown it again. Fantastic, just trailing his keeper. Mas didn't get there, Toch did. And his score stays at 2-1.
Alvarez, 1-2 cut away by Lambert. Rather, it was Dia in front. Alvarez again, continuing his run. Hilton. Lancaster back in support. It's whipped in, met by McFadden. So too Wilson.
Rowdies would do well to come back through the middle now, not go through the sides. Crisostomo and company have to get a feel for the ball.
Alvarez has checked all the way back for it.
And look at Louisville again, disciplined. Following the lead from their coach, Danny Cruz.
White trying to get free, and does. Open man, contested header, clip back in towards Pasillas. McFadden read it. All eyes on the referee. And Louisville go top of the East. For the first time in series history, it is 3 consecutive wins over the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and the best start ever to a USL Championship season continues for Lou City.
And it's in Louisville we've learned to love. A team that gets behind the ball, plays as a unit, defends as a unit, and presses as a unit. And with that press and that cohesiveness, they create chances for their forwards. Davila, perfect example. One touch into Serrano, gets that second goal, and that second goal proved to be the decider in this match. And this Louisville team, undefeated. You know why? Because they're so comfortable and because they're so willing to defend without the ball.
That second goal, all important in this one as we take a look at tonight's move of the game presented by Toyota. And who else but Ray Serrano?
He's so good off of the ball. Davila just one touch, and Serrano is there to clean up and finish. This young man has a huge future ahead of him, and Louisville are licking their lips.
The 23-year-old with his 4th of the season, more than any other Lou City player. And with that Lou City win, you could head to Penn Station to get a free sub with the purchase of another. The offer is valid the following day after a win. Head to any participating Louisville area Penn Station location to redeem and say Lou City won at checkout, or use promo code LouBogo25 online. The best ever start to a USL Championship season for Louisville rolls along. A 2-1 win on home soil. The post-game show coming your way on the other side of the break.
Power up your summer fun with the power of choice. Toyota's lineup offers the most electrified hybrid and all-wheel drive choices out there, like the best-selling Tacoma with up to 326 horsepower and the built-in the USA Tundra. Now get 2.99 APR financing on a new 25 Tundra or the last of the 24 Tacomas, or lease this new 25 Tacoma SR5 for just $289 a month. That's the power of choice. Toyota. Let's go places.
When you need inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. Our low prices add up to big savings with over $600 in digital coupons each week, plus up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Ready to upgrade your air for less? Durr does that. Right now, get a new water heater for free when you upgrade your heating and cooling system. Saving you money, just another reason A+ Durr is your call for comfort.
All smiles from Lynn Family Stadium as Louisville continue their dominance, downing Tampa Bay on home soil by a score of 2-1. Post-game show coming your way as we take a look at the full-time highlights from this one. It was 2 early goals for Lou City that got the job done.
Adams, the shrewd centre-back, crossing to the last post. McFadden across the goal, and good drop, poaching at the last post to give Louisville a deserved 1-0 lead in the opening 7 minutes.
His 3rd in 5 matches, but it would be a team-leading 4th of the campaign for Ray Serrano.
Well, they're committed and they swarm like these. One little touch into Serrano's path, 2-0. And Louisville in control early.
It was a dominant start to this match for the hosts, but full credit to the Rowdies, who got back on the score sheet just a few minutes later.
Nick Moon to Fernandez to pass it into Pasias. He says, get out the way. Adams, let's go for a ride. Gets it onto his right foot. Laces, 2-1.
Incredible goal. A bullet into the top right corner for his team-leading 5th of 2025 as we take a look at the full-time stats.
Possession, Rowdies again, 54%. Louisville says, you go ahead and have possession. We'll create the chances. 11 shots to 8 with just 46% possession. 9 corners to go along with it. Louisville dominant at home. And oh, by the way, they're first at 3 back at home.
Stars were out tonight at Lynn Family Stadium. A historic rivalry in the American soccer landscape has another chapter in the history books as Louisville City FC rewrite their own history with the best start to a USL Championship season for the club. For our producer, Hayden Graham, for my partner, Ryan Davis, I'm Phil Galati saying so long and thanks for joining us. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.